What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the NECA Halloween Ultimate Michael Myers. Here we do have Michael Myers in the packaging. What we're going to do now is take a little break, get him open up, and then we'll have a better look at the shape Michael Myers himself. So stay tuned, everyone. And so here we have Michael Myers posed and out of the packaging. Before we have a look at Michael, let's actually take a look at what he comes with. Michael Myers comes with two alternate head sculpts. He does come with the head that he has on him outside of the packaging, where he has tousled hair. The hair is a little bit messy, and then you can actually see his eyes poking through the back of the mask. His alternate head actually is completely different. The hair is a little more slicked back, which I do like, and his eyes are blacked out so you really can't see in them. Between the two, I think I prefer the alternate head because I don't really like seeing the eyes of Michael Myers, but that's just me. Michael Myers also does come with a few other accessories. He does come with a total of 3 pairs of hands. He comes with a pair of relaxed grip hands that he has on him right now. He comes with a pair of grip hands for some of his accessories. He comes with a left hand where his hand is completely open. And then he also does come with a left hand where his fingers get blown off, and that is part of the movie, which I do like they did include that. Michael Myers also does include a jack-o'-lantern, which is a really good accessory, and it does light up if you really do want it to. He also does come with a decapitated head of Officer Franklin. I believe that was his name. It was either Franklin or Francis, but he does come with a decapitated head. He also does come with 3 weapons. He comes with a hammer that you see him grab early on in the movie. He comes with a fire poker. And then he also does come with his trademark butcher knife or kitchen knife, whatever you want to call it. And finally, his last accessory is, of course, the Judith Meyer tombstone, which is a really good accessory. It just doesn't have too much detailing on it, which is fine because that's how it looked in the movie. With his accessories out of the way, guys, let's actually take a closer look at the shape Michael Myers. And so here we have a closer look at Michael Myers, and before we take a look, I want to show you the differences in the 2 masks that he does come with. You can see that the hair is completely different on both of them. On this head, you can see the hair is a little more tussle. It's a little more rugged. This one, the hair is a little more slicked back, which I do prefer this look. Also, you can see that you can make out his eyes underneath the mask, where this one you can see that they are blacked out. Between the 2 of them, this is a go-to head I'm probably going to have mine displayed with, but for the sake of the review, we'll finish up with this head. Both masks do look really nice on Michael here, and they did a really good job sculpting. I really do like that it's not just a white mask. In the movie, the mask was actually worn. And I don't mean worn like worn on his head. I mean like over time it started deteriorating, fading, and just overall looks like it's gone through a lot of, I don't want to say problems, but it's been through a lot. And the sculpt on this mask really does reflect that. I do like from certain angles that the mask does cover up his eyes, although, again, I'm not the biggest fan of seeing Michael Myers' eyes. I would rather it just be blacked out. I do like the detail that they put in the hair. His hair has a lot of nice detailing in it. It's done in a brown plastic, but there's also a darker wash in the hair, so they did a good job just sculpting his hair and painting it. So overall, really nice detailing just in the head alone. As far as his torso goes, there's really not much to say about his body. And that's mainly because he's just wearing a jumper. It's a blue mechanic's uniform. He does beat somebody to death and wears his clothing, which you can see. They did a good job sculpting it and painting it. It's done in a base blue, which does look good, and then they added like a slight wash to it just to give it some detailing and have some of those details pop, which it really does work, especially right here on the back. You can see it's a little bit dirty. It looks worn. It looks really good. I do appreciate those detailing that NECA put in this figure. Taking a look at his hand, you can see his hand is all bloodied up, so he's already got hold of somebody. I do appreciate this little detailing, that he doesn't have a clean hand, that this is actually a hand that he's been using to cause harm and probably maim people, so I do like that. And it's the same on his left hand, although it's not as noticeable, there's not as much blood on it. but he does have some little indicators that he's been roughing people up. Again, the jumpsuit is done really well, although I don't know how I feel about these knees. They look good. They look good either way you have them, so never mind, I'm just rambling on. Going on to his boots, he has these really big workers' boots, which they do have some slight detailing painted on them. It's dry brushed with a brown, so it does look like he's been wearing these boots for quite some time. He also does have treads on the bottom, so NECA actually did a really good job just sculpting the treads underneath his boots. Just an overall great figure, and I do like the fact that they didn't break up the sculpt with this. His torso is actually a rubber overlay, so there's a torso underneath that which has the articulation, and then you have the jumpsuit, which is just a separate appliance that they put on. Overall, Michael Myers here looks amazing, and he's welcomed into my collection. So what we're going to do now is actually take a little break and get him compared to a few other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Michael Myers posed next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and a DC Multiverse Superman. And finally, here we have Michael Myers posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually take a look at Michael Myers' articulation. Now, despite the way he looks, he does have a surprising amount of articulation. He does have a ball joint in the head, so he can look up surprising amount. Can look down quite a bit, can tilt his head side to side, which I really do like that. It's not Michael Myers if you can't do the subtle head tilt that he's known for in all his movies. So do like that. Does swivel at the neck, and it's actually a ball joint right here. There's a little ball going into the neck which provides all the movement, and then you just have a little pin here that the head slides on, which it's a really good way to have his head move around. It doesn't cause any issues, no problems, and it overall looks really good. He has a ball joint in the shoulder where his arms only go up to about there. Not the best range, but Michael Myers isn't a fast-moving person. Does go all the way around, no issues there. He does have a swivel up here at the elbow. He is double jointed at the elbow and goes up about there. We do have a swivel here at the forearm. We do have a ball hinge here in the wrist, so we do get some up and down movement. Or you can actually pivot that joint to have some in and out movement. So depending on how you have that hinge put, depends on what type of hinge you get. Either it's going to be up or down, or side to side. And then of course we do get a swivel on that peg. Now he does have articulation under here. I want to say it's a ball joint because we do get some leaning, some rotation, some forward and back movement, but it's not the softest rubber that we've ever seen on a figure, so it does kind of impede Michael's articulation. He can lean back, he can crunch forward. Like I said, it's not the best that we've seen, but he still has it, so I am glad about that. He does turn left and right, although it's not much. Legs, we do get a surprising amount of articulation. He does kick forward about that far. That's a really high kick for Michael Myers. Goes back to about that far. And again, it gets out of the way because this is a soft rubber piece. We only get the splits. Actually, we get a surprising amount of splits. Michael Myers is an agile man. I never realized that. We do have a thigh swivel up high. We have a single bend here in the knee. It's a little stiff, but we do get it to go. It's not the best knee joint that we've seen, but it does give us some movement, and then we do get rotation at that joint. And then I think we have no, it's just a standard hinge here at the foot, so it goes back only about that far, only goes forward, but we do get some forward-facing pin for rock your ankle. So a surprising amount of articulation here on Michael Myers. I didn't expect him to have as much as he does. But with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have Michael Myers posed for my final thoughts. Overall, this is a really nice figure, and I am glad I did pick this figure up. If you are looking for a Michael Myers figures now, this isn't the original Michael Myers from Halloween. This is actually the new 2018 version of Halloween Michael Myers, which is still a pretty good movie, and I really do enjoy how this figure came out. The accessories on this guy are really wonderful, and they're done superbly. The masks on Michael Myers are done really well. I think I prefer the alternate mask over the default mask, but that's just my personal preference. The Officer Francis head is a really good accessory. Although the LED on the jack-o'-lantern is bright, I feel like it is placed a little bit poorly. I would have liked it if the light was at the bottom of the jack-o'-lantern. That way it illuminated rather than being dead in the middle. Not taking away from this figure, he's really well done. NECA did a phenomenal job detailing this figure. Now, if you are looking for Michael Myers, I have seen him at Target as well as my local comic book stores. I was lucky enough to pick up my Michael Myers from Black Sheep Comics, so huge shout out to the girls of Black Sheep Comics who were able to get this figure to me so I could review it for you guys. I am happy to have him in my collection, and if you're a Halloween fan, horror fan, or just want a really nice figure, you're going to want to have this guy in your collection. With that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other NECA videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll definitely take a look at it. And while you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and ring that bell for new notifications and videos on my channel. With that being said, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.